see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm
guys, Benny the Ben back. It's AFC Championship time, so let's get started.
Here, and it should be Conference Championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the Conference Championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know where the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play a really high level in order for his team to win.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 43.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
And now it's 2nd down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen, 53 yards. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. On this stage, Conference Championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
6 touchdowns.
In this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The 20. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. 75 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Joe Reed going to return it from his... Oh, miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Similar to the game last week.
Taking it in. And the Bills have taken the lead. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit, or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
I'm doing YouTube.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Reed gonna bring it out of the end.
Again?
Mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball.
Did it twice.
Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this
Twice.
is gonna be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. Two quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return.
Did they seriously have the same guy?
Reed gonna bring it out of the end zone.
Oh no.
What was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Past midfield, look out.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
They show run with three tight ends here on first down. Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. first down. Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, 26 yards. And the Bills continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone.
Finally,
at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, Eckler. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And now the Bills will bring the offense out onto the field and go for 2 here. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Austin Eckler and the the Charger offense reclaimed center stage. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever. Who calls a first down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports half. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 10, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Allen gonna go on 4th down. A quick throw gonna be caught by Diggs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So Allen's gonna look to throw. And not nearly the first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On third down, they go with Singletary. He's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
He finds his target, Allen. The 30, 20, 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead's down to 24. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. They're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And they take a knee. The Bills are going to the Super Bowl as we say goodnight, everybody. And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gordon, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.